In today's video, I am going to be talking about the good and bad things that Kai Sotto does in-game. This is not just going to be breaking down his game to make fun of him or anything like that. What this is going to do is to help us as basketball players become better so that we can score more in basketball as centers. So let's get down and let's check out Kai Sotto because he's a very good player. Now, if you like the idea of me being able to write on top of video like this, make sure to go check out Coach Lens, which is down in the description below for 10% off. Also, make sure to go check out my vertical jump training book that is down in the description below because that is going to help you jump higher and dunk the basketball. I've noticed that sometimes Kai Sotto tries to go and do just a bit too much in the low post and he gets himself into trouble with, of course, not making shots near the rim. So, number one is this wouldn't have gone in anyways. This guy fouled him. Kai Sotto got to the free throw line. This guy did not need to go down and try and contest this shot. This guy was defending Kai Sotto just fine. So we can all take a lesson from this guy on how he is defending Kai Sotto. All you need to do is just to have your hands straight up. You just need to make a shot difficult. This guy seriously doesn't need to come down and try and block Kai Sotto's shot. He's not going to block the guy's shot. Kai Sotto is over 7 feet tall. That's not going to happen, especially over top of the back of Kai Sotto. That's just a dumb play. However, this guy's defense is absolutely picture perfect. Kai Sotto was going away from the rim. He was forced about maybe 12 feet, 10 feet, roughly in that range from the rim. This is not an easy shot to make. And he did miss, but he would have missed anyways. There was nobody baseline. What Kai Sotto should have done is right there, taken that one hit there. He should have had this foot right there instead. And then he should have spun off towards baseline, and he would have been away from these guys who could have come down and digged on him instead of fouling him. However, he missed one free throw and made one free throw. Now, there are times where he is not sealing his man very good either in the low post. This got him in trouble here because this defender was able to poke that ball free. Kai Sotto then chased that ball, and he was, of course, why he had to take this bad shot is because he only had 5 seconds left on the shot clock. So he got that ball on the baseline with 4 seconds left. This is enough time to do a move. You don't need to chuck the shot up. This was definitely a forced shot. It was a very well contested shot, and he missed really badly. He still had 2 seconds left. What he could have done as a big man was to take 1 pound dribble into the chest of that defender. These guys are both big guys. 1 pound dribble into this guy, and then he could have went up for a baby hook, or if this guy tried to dig on him after 1 pound dribble, he could have kicked it out, and it would have been a wide open 3 with about 1 or 2 seconds left. So time management is not necessarily Kai Sotto's best part when it comes to basketball, but that comes with time. He's still a very young player. What I do like, however, is he goes to the rim extremely hard, and that's what he did right here. While there are a lot of coaches who will say that alley-oop dunks in traffic, he should have just caught the ball right there and come back down, that was not an option that was going to be there. There was 2 guys on him going up for the block. He would have got run over and it would have been baseline out of bounds. But instead, he was able to get that dunk attempt off, and he definitely got fouled. In fact, this referee right there called the foul. Now, for all of those players in the States who don't play FIBA rules, if you play up here in Canada, we run FIBA rules. So if you are older and you are able to grab rim, watch this. That ball is on the rim. In the States, if you touch that ball, it's a goaltending charge. However, because it's not in the rim and it already touched the rim, as soon as that ball touches that rim, you can hit it away. And that's exactly what Kai Sotto does here, which is a very smart heads-up play, and his team was able to go back down on the offensive side. This is not allowed in the States, however, it is allowed in FIBA. Now in this clip, Kai Sotto does something that I would have done, which is this guy brought the ball down to his waist, and Kai Sotto went for his arms instead. Instead of going for the arms, go for the ball, much easier, and you should be able to have the coordination to be able to do so. I usually do a big whacking motion just so I can make sure that that ball does not go in the rim, because sometimes if you just reach in, if the guy is strong enough, he can just take you up with him. So sometimes you really have to be aggressive with that, but never bring the ball down. Good job by Kai Sotto on the defensive side. Just make sure you have better hand placement. Now, coming off of this screen and roll right here, Kai Sotto does something that I used to complain a lot about, which is after he sets that screen, he used to jog to the rim, but now he is sprinting to the rim. And as players who are setting screen and rolls, we need to sprint our butt off to get to that rim, because that is the goal. You need to get yourself open. He sprints, he's able to get himself absolutely wide open because he sprinted to the rim, and he was able to finish with a layup. Now, as players, after you set that screen, you need to, if you're not popping for a three, you need to sprint to that rim. If you're going to jog to the rim, you're allowing defenses to catch up to you. If you sprint, you're going to be wide open like Kai Sotto. So good job to Kai Sotto here. This next clip is off of a free throw. This is Kai Sotto here. However, what he does here is really good, and this is something that I yell at all of my players to do, and not all of them do it, which is as soon as he gets that rebound, he is already looking for outlet players. Before he even lands on the ground, he's looking for outlet. You need to get that ball to outlet. If he was to dribble right here, this guy would have stolen it. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of younger players, 10, 14, 15-year-old players, will look to dribble right away. They want to try and get that ball down court as fast as possible. But what moves faster, the ball or us? Now, that was not a very good outlet pass. He should have led the man with the pass and not put it behind him, but he was looking to get that ball down court as fast as possible. One thing that I really do like about Kai Sotto is his ability to take that three-point shot, as we see right here. He actually has really good shooting form as well. His shoulder and elbow are in line with the ball, shooting triangle. Now, he doesn't have the most fluid of motions for this shot. It's a two-motion shot. However, it goes in, and it's very accurate. This won't happen in the NBA, but very, very few centers should be trying to dig on somebody who is not a center. And usually why they do this is because centers historically cannot shoot the ball. However, Kai Sotto can shoot the ball very well. And as a defender, we should not be dropping on players who can shoot the ball. And if you are a center who thinks that I'm just going to be sitting in the low post my whole entire career, you need to be able to shoot threes, work on your shooting. This is also very good too. He's making himself a massive, wide, big target. He's got both hands up saying, I want the ball. And that's exactly what happens. They are able to bounce past that ball to him. He's able to get down low to get that ball. So many centers will not go down for that ball. They will say, it's out of my range of reach. I'm not even going to try. He goes down. He gets that ball. As soon as he gets that ball, what's he do? He doesn't look to dribble. He looks to go up for that shot right away because he is in the low post. If you are in the low post under the rim and you are one of the biggest guys on the court, you need to be able to go up for that shot, and he's able to make that shot as well. A mistake that a lot of centers or even just players in general will make is they will try and set these screens with their legs. We have to remember that in FIBA and most basketball, there are what they call cylinders. If your feet are outside of that cylinder, that means that if this defensive player makes contact with you, it is going to be a foul. And that's exactly what happened here. Now, of course, this could have been trying to send a message. He may be trying to get his knee in there for a reason, which would be to try and make this player go underneath that screen instead of over top. I'm not too sure. I didn't watch this full game. However, there are times where centers will look to get their knee into the hips of the player they're screening for a certain reason, and I will leave it at that. And my last point is I'll leave it at this, which is right here. Kai Sotto receives that pass in the high post. He's already got momentum going towards that rim. And then when he receives that pass, does he dribble? So many young players will dribble. We don't want you to dribble. We want you to go straight up. There's a reason, because now if you dribble, he could steal it, and it'll allow him to catch up to you. Which means, and obviously he could dig. So from there, if he was to dribble, he would have been done, finished. But he went up with two hands strong, and he was able to finish at the rim. Don't dribble in the low post if you don't have to. Get that ball to the rim as fast as possible. Kai Sotto does that, and he does it extremely well. So make sure to go check out my vertical jump training book down in the description. And if you like the app where you're able to, of course, draw on video, the app is down there as well. It's called Coach Lens. Anyways, hit that like button, subscribe. Kai Sotto is a fantastic player. This is not a video or a hit video on him. This is just a video to teach other players what not to do and what to do. Anyways, I'll see you guys again in my next video.